This is demonstration for Child Exam Embedded System Design, and I am Shahat Ahuja. This is level 0 diagram of the demonstration, where we can see the input and outputs. The input is a soft reset for WD timer as a switch. The output is a green and red LED. Now we'll see the level 1 diagram. The level 1 diagram explicitly show what the switch is doing, which is allowing this watch drive timer to fill and reset the controller. Also, the fresh writes program and clears watch drive timer every second. The watch drive timer resets the controller. Now we'll see the next thing. This is the UML diagram, which clearly explains what the program is doing. It starts with stop WDT, which is halting the WDT at that point. Then we initialize the port and pull up resistors. After that, we flash one LED for 1 second, which indicates the commencement of the code. Now we set the WDT as a soft reset and give it clock for 1 second. After this 1 second, WDT is reset, and then we enter the sector writing. The WDT waits for the switch. If the switch is pushed, then it goes to the reset, and if not, then the sectors are unprotected, erased and returned, and then protected again. And this goes for 32 cycles because there are 32 sectors. After all the 32 sectors have been erased and rewritten again and protected again, green LED goes for 60 seconds, which shows that all the sectors have been written successfully. And after the 60 seconds delay, the program goes to sector unprotected state, where the process goes on and on again. Now this fully explains the UML diagram. Now I'll hand over to my project mate Tushar Gupta, who will explain the code and the demonstration on the board. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Tushar. We'll be first having a look at the code and how it has been structured, what are the declarations, different type of functions, and the use of each statement, and then we'll move on to the debugging part of it, where we will burn the code into the board and see the functionality of it as defined in the problem statement. So initially there has been 5 function declarations, one of which deals with all the port initializations, 3 are the delay functions, and 1 is the function to program the memory. Then there has been 2 global variables, out of which one defines the start address of bank 1 of the flash memory, and the other is an array of defining different sectors. uh, since the flash memory is 128 KB in size and each sector is 4 KB, there are 32 sectors, so we have defined different sectors over it. We'll first start with stopping the watchdog counter and then initializing the port as mentioned in the highlighted statement. The initializing port statement, what it does is it sets the green pin 2.1, which is the green LED, as the output port, and then drive it as low. We also make the P1.0 as an output port and drive it as high for 1 second, and then make it low for another low, and then we set a switch which is at P1.4 as the input with pull-up resistors. So what, as soon as the program start, what it will does it will does all these initializations, and the red LED will glow for a second. And now moving further, we then set the watchdog timer timeout conditions, which is set to as a soft reset instead of a hard reset. So when the watchdog timer is not cleared in the specified time, what it does it resets the board to the initialization of the program. Now we start the watchdog timer and set the respective parameters. These are the upper bits, which are kind of a password to the watchdog, and then we set the clock source as the B clock. We can also set it to an auxiliary clock or the secondary master clock, and then we set it, this register bit has been set to 4, defining the delay is approximately 1 second at our frequency. And then we reset the watchdog. In the infinite while loop, we start with resetting the watchdog, and then calling the program flash functions, which erases and reprogram a memory. In it, a variable has been defined as the number of sector variable, which defines the number of sector present. A variable has been declared to the start address. This will be the variable we will be incrementing as we move on to different sectors. This is a buffer, and this is our data that we'll be writing. So all the flash memory content will have the data 0x19. So for all the sectors present, that is the number 32, we use a for loop to first in every for loop, each time the loop runs, we first clear the watchdog timer, and then we check if the switch is pressed or not. If we found that the switch is pressed, this loop gets called, which is kind of a infinite loop because this condition stays true. Oh, actually you have to hold the switch for at least 1 second to be true, and as soon as the switch is hold for 1 second, the watchdog timer expires, which resets the system state to the beginning, and then we start again as mentioned in the problem statement. uh, if the switch is not present, the statement simply gets skip over. In this another on the next four sets of statements, start with uh, making the particular sector as unprotected of memory flash main memory bank 1 and our respective sector, whether it is sector 0, sector 1, sector 2, depending upon the loop counter, and then erase the erase sector or the ad, at the starting address in the first loop. We then program our sector with the data that has been present in the buffer, and then we reprotect the sector. Now the current address value is incremented to point to the next sector. This happens 32 times. After the loop has exited, we have finished programming our memory. After this, we again resets the watchdog and then turn the green LED on for approximately 1 second, and then make it up, and in the meantime we also clear the watchdog timer to prevent the system from going into the reset state. And then there is another loop function that has been called that waits that makes the board halt for a minute so that we can begin the reprogramming the flash memory again, and the process repeats. Now we'll have a look at the debugging part of it, and on the screen you will be shown the screen output as well as the how the board is behaving with user inputs. Here we go. Okay, so I started to burn the code into the board. We'll be having the look at the starting location, and we'll set a breakpoint to the place where the current address is incremented to point to the next address. So as soon as we run the loop first time, all the for the initial sector 0 is programmed with 191919, and if we look at the next memory location, we will see that it has all been set, it has been cleared, and so has the respective memory locations. And if you move to the end memory locations, it is also been cleared. Now we'll run the loop another time and observe this memory. We can see that it has got programmed to 191919. So after the loop is learned like a 31 times 30 times, we will see that the end sector is also programmed. So I'll remove the breakpoint for a while and then set it again to see the value of I. Okay, so it's still only run 5 times. We'll still remove the breakpoint. Now still 10. Okay, it's on 23 right now, so we should be somewhat over. Okay, this has not been programmed. Okay, so we can see we are still on 30. I'll do it manually from here, and we'll observe that the location is also programmed. This is 31. I'll run up to 32. Right now the sector location is 24. Okay, now I will demonstrate that. Okay, so we can see that the end memory has also been programmed. Oh, okay. Now I'll demonstrate the use of switch that will be visible on the board. Let's start by reprogramming it. I'll make sure there are no breakpoints. Okay, so as the board is being programmed, we'll first reset it once again. Okay, so as soon as we reset, we see that the red LED blinks on for a small time, and then we press the switch for 1 second. So we can see that there is a glow in red LED symbolizing that the watchdog has been reset. So this is how our code works as defined in the problem statement. That's all. Thanks guys for the listening to it patiently. Thank you.